We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello everyone, myself Professor Mehul Patel from Civil Engineering Department of Vidyadeep Institute of Engineering and Technology. In surveying, today we are going to learn about GPS. GPS means Global Positioning System, which comes under the Global Navigation Systems. It is a part of navigation system which was developed by United States for military, defense and ranging purpose. So let's get started. So what is GPS actually? GPS, that stands for Global Positioning System, is a satellite based radio navigation system for determination of precise position or location. You will get in 2 directions actually. Nowadays GPS is developing a 3-dimensional map, so you will get longitude, latitude and elevation as well. So this was developed under Navstar GPS, which stands for Navigation Satellite Timing and Ranging. So in short form it is called as Navstar GPS, which was developed by United States. It permits users with suitable receivers to establish their position, speed and time. Not only the position on earth, you will get speed and time on any particular area of the seafloor or lithosphere. Next is, what is GPS system? GPS system is comprised of 3 major segments: space, control and user segments. Now first is space segments. Obviously, as you can see, the space segments consist of satellite. It will consist of satellites. So there are 24 satellites orbiting the earth at an altitude of 20,200 kilometers. These satellites will act as reference points for which receivers on the ground determine their position. So satellite will be in space segment. Now what is in control segment? Control segment will have stations on earth which will transfer data from user segment to space segment. Next is user segment, that means us, the customers, the commercials and the military. User segments is having consist of antennas and receivers which will process and identify your location, speed and elevation on particular place. Here you can see the constellation of satellites around the earth. There are 6 orbits of GPS system satellites. Each are inclined at 55 degrees and on the equatorial plane and evenly spaced at 60 degrees apart. 60 degrees, why 60 degrees? Because for 60-degree triangle there will be 3 satellites. 3 satellites will scan the earth's surface throughoutly. Half earth will be scanned by 3 satellites only. So we will see the active constellation. Now how the GPS work? GPS receiver use the principle of ranging, which is ultimately the relative motion. Now you can see from the below image, the one satellite will get some yellow zone of scanning. Instead of one, if we consider 2 satellites, the red zone, which will be high precise location. As you can see the GPS constellation of satellite, the more satellites you are connected, your location will be more accurate. Applications of GPS. For day-to-day applications of GPS, here are some listed ones: providing geodetic control, photogrammetry, finding out the location of offshore drilling, pipeline and power line survey. That means we can say that from the contour lines we can develop the contour lines and the lining process of any pipeline or power lines. Last is navigation of civilian ships and planes in air as well as on seas. How do we find the directions? How do we find the actual path of any transportation? Where GPS comes into picture. GPS is very useful in navigation and ranging purpose, not only for the ships and planes, also for the spacecrafts and in military purposes. As I have said earlier, global navigation satellite systems. It is a broader study area in which GPS comes under. GPS is the part of GNSS. So various countries have developed their own navigation systems. For USA it is GPS, for Russia it is GLONASS, for European Union it is Galileo, and for China it is Beidou 2. We will talk about it. In brief, GPS, it was developed in 1994, initiated its operation earlier in 1978, but updated by time to time. As you can see, as you can understand, the satellites are more and more maintained. So there are currently GPS has launched more than 70 satellites, out of which at least 24 are operationals and others are being used by the US Air Force. GLONASS from Russia. GLONASS means Global Navigation Satellite System, or you can say GLONASS is Global Navigation System. Now, why Global Navigation System? Global Navigation System is scanning the whole Earth, not just particular region or country. So GLONASS is Global Navigation System, not local. So it became operational in 1993 with 12 satellites in 2 orbits at height of 19,130 kilometers. At present, it has 27 satellites in Earth orbits, and others are being used by Russian Aerospace Defense Forces. From GPS, most of the applications, most of the telecommunication softwares uses GPS for developing maps for navigation purpose. Here GLONASS is another options for those applications. Next is Galileo. Galileo is European Union's GNSS constellation, which is being put together by the European Space Agency and the European GNSS Agency. The fully developed Galileo system will consist of 30 operational satellite systems and 6 orbits. As of now, 22 out of 30 satellites are in orbit, other 8 are being in maintenance. So they are said to be increase their operational capability by 2020. Beidou. Now Beidou is satellite navigation system of China, which was developed from version 1 to 2. Beidou 1 and Beidou 2 are two separate navigation systems. Beidou 1, also known as the first generation, was a constellation of 3 satellites only, but it became operational in 2000, and now they are being updating to Beidou 2, which was commissioned after 2012, and the first version was discontinued. Now from 3rd May to 26 July of 1999, in Indian region of Kashmir, the Kargil war was happened, and those emergency time when the Pakistani troops took position in the Kargil in 1999, India seek for the help of provide GPS data of that region from the US. We requested US to give GPS data of any movement in that particular area, but US denied. They would have provided the vital information, but they did not. So for 2 months and 3 weeks approximately, that war was going on. We lost every movement on that valley region. So they cost us many lives and international issues also. So ultimately it led to India to developing its own navigation system. by satellite system of IRNSS 1G. So we developed our now that navigation system is NAVIC. In 2019 we came to know about the NAVIC more. So what stands for NAVIC? NAVIC means navigation in Indian constellation. Here you can see the Indian constellation. It is not global navigation system. It is just for the Indian constellation. You are not scanning the whole global surface. You are only going for the Indian constellation region of India's entirely and some of the region of South Asia. Now India is a part of five members of countries who has their own navigation system. For comparison purpose, as we can see, the GPS has precision of 10 to 15 meters. Your location on Earth may have error of 10 to 15 meters in radial direction of 10 to 15 meters, but NAVIC would have precision value of 10 meters for public service for us. That means for map service for customers, for citizens of India it is 10 meters. For commercial services like developing any software, developing any map data, developing the government data, it has 3 meters. Now for defense and military purpose, for space purpose, its accuracy is high precise for 0.1 meters. So that is highly accurate. These are some applications of IRNSS system: terrestrial, aerial and marine navigation, disaster management, tracking the vehicle and fleet management, integration with mobile phones, precise timing, mapping and geodetic data capture, etc. So how is it helpful to Indians? It will help us in emergency services. It will reduce the cost of fishermen equipment in navigation for in deep seas, low cost navigation devices, boost for Indian automotive and IT industry, safer skies with Gagan, which is one kind of application, optimized sea travel distance for cargo trade. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for listening.